So for me naman, no, in terms of the skills that you get from the university is sufficient enough naman na. Although may difference lang tayo when it comes to the state university pati din sa mga private na universities, no. Siguro one comparison na realize ko is like yung mga sa State U, they are more focused on building enterprise applications when it comes to IT practicality. However, yung mga nasa ating mga private, no, they are more mas na-explore nila yung ano yung outside the enterprise mga enterprise structure. So, what do I mean by that? So, natatry nila mag-build ng startups.
Alright, good day sa ating mga viewers sa podcast na Kaka-Computer where tech meets wit and wisdom. Ayan, maganda yung topic natin today. Pero bago tayo mapunta rito, siguro quick introduction para sa atin, no? Mabuting makilala yung mga pangalan natin and then kung anong university tayo nag-aaral o nag-aaral. So ako si David, you can call me David. Nag-aaral ako sa PUP, Santa Mesa. As an EC noong 2016. So, go around the table tayo para sa inyo.
Ayan, susunod naman ay ako, si Migs or si Kuya Egg, no? Studying at PUP and taking BSIT. Ayan, susunod naman.
Alright, so my name is Mark, but you can call me by Aki. And I'm currently third year computer science sa PUP Santa Mesa rin.
And I'm Leonard. I'm also a third year student studying computer science at UP Diliman.
Ayan. So, itong topic natin today, actually napapanahon to. Dahil sa sobrang daming may interest sa information technology na course, ay magandang i-explore natin kung ano yung role and relevance ng mga public institutions natin when it comes to tech talent. So maganda yung people natin around the table. So ako yung pinakamatanda, no? So feeling ko may malaki ng pagkakaiba pagdating sa curriculum natin sa either IT or CS, whatever. Siguro pwede kayong mag-share ano bang typical na curriculum ninyo ngayon sa inyong mga courses when it comes to IT and CS, no?
Siguro ako na mauna, no? Speaking for PUP na rin. So, hindi ko na idadako sa pinakamalalim kung ano bang ginagawa sa curriculum namin, no? Pero, in terms of PUP, no? Ang tinatakal namin is all about foundation. So, hindi kami naka-experience nung leading edge tech na inaaral namin sa IT and both CS. So, more on ano yung algorithms, data structures, tapos ano yung pagtapos nun, mga project managements na stuff, ganyan. Tapos susunod nun is like yung mga medyo foundational ng AI, ganyan. So, in terms of curriculum, ganun sa PUP. Sa ano po ba? Sa nakaraan or sa UP? Sino mo susunod?
Yeah, so I think for UP, I can say it's quite different. So, our curriculum is very theoretical. So, when you start off as a first-year student, you are straight going to take up a programming course. But then when you go forward with your second, third year, even fourth year, it's all just math courses. And I think what's also very unique with the curriculum is that it tries to touch different points of computer science. So we're talking about electronics engineering. So we're going to be building circuits, and we try to understand more about the hardware of a computer, but not super intricate, similar to an ECE course. We also try to understand algorithms, data structures and algorithms, and more about how to think like a programmer.
Ayan. So, anong masasabi nyo rin?
So I'll add on to that na rin as someone from computer science rin. I guess we really do differ. No? Even though we're both from state universities, UP and PUP still has some differentiations. Like for example, for our course, ang pinakamatlan namin is differential calculus for computer science, and that was back in first year. So afterwards, puro theoretical na rin, but leaning more towards like data structures and algorithms. And then afterwards, dun na pumapasok yung itong third year namin, which is more on practical na. Like for example, we have intro to AI, we have web development, we have software engineering, So after layers of foundational framework talaga, tsaka lang kami sinabak sa medyo mas hands-on na.
Alright. Sa totoo lang kasi ako ang naiiba rito. Dahil electronics engineering student ako way back then, pero we have like a couple of subjects na nag-intersect when it comes to IT. And I think isa sa mga magandang contributions ng aming college when it comes to honing the tech talent is babad kasi kami sa math. I think nabanggit mo rin na merong math sa inyo. Kasi yung math kasi ay tinuturuan tayo sa diskarte baga. So, ang tinuturo sa atin sa math is we have a set of problems and then ito lang yung methodologies na alam natin. And then we're gonna be able to like use these methodologies para humanap ng solusyon. And as a matter of fact, sa engineering, mula second year hanggang fifth year, babad kami sa advanced math, no? So, I believe isa yun sa mga importanteng skill sets ng IT ay yung hindi nagsasawang humanap lagi ng paraan o sa mga problema. Pero kayo, tingin nyo sa inyong mga colleges, ano bang magandang skill sets ang naituturo nila para sa inyo, para maihanda kayo?
Siguro, I would like to go first on this one. Personally, computer science is my dream course talaga. So, I feel like this is where I belong. Pero I understand na yung course namin or the nature of the tech in academe talaga is nagiging saluhan siya ng mga hindi nakapasok sa dream course nila or parang marami dito yung napupunta lang kasi may pera, ganun. Pero siguro, this happens because of this problem na it doesn't really align with what most of the students want. Some of the students, medyo hindi nila na-appreciate yung iba. Like, for example, nga, hindi mo naman directly gagamitin yung mga, let's say, for example, hash maps, ganun. Mag-frontend ka, gagamit ka ba ng hash map palagi? Medyo hindi naman. But I think these theoretical foundations na tinuturo nila, it helps us in a way na, ayun nga po, katulad na sinabi nyo, hindi mo naman ginagamit yung math everyday, but it teaches you to think of solutions sa kung ano yung nalalaman mo. It teaches you problem solving and critical thinking. So, I think that's what I appreciate from our university, from our current curriculum.
Ayun. So, actually, you gentlemen are actually well-worded sa inyong paglalahad ng mga ideas. To be honest, medyo kakaiba rin nung panahon namin kasi yung curriculum namin, at least speaking on the IT CS perspective, because meron tayong makakilala dyan, is based sila on more of legacy coding and tech, no? Although, yes, they also teach you the basics pa rin when it comes to flowcharts, diba, mapping and stuff.
Yes, please visit our website at tutorstudio.com. We provide free courses for AWS and, of course, premium resources for certification exams for AWS, Azure, Kubernetes, and GCP.
Pero in your institutions, sige, sabihin natin sa inyo, ano kaya pa yung pwedeng i-improve ng state university to be able to ensure na yung mga graduates ay handa sa paghahanap at pagtatrabaho?
Okay, sige. Ako na mauna. Ayan. So for me naman, no, in terms of the skills that you get from the university is sufficient enough naman na. Although may difference lang tayo when it comes to the state university, pati din sa mga private na universities, no. Siguro one comparison na na-realize ko is like, yung mga sa State U, they are more focused on building enterprise applications when it comes to IT practicality. However, yung mga nasa ating mga private, no, they are more, mas na-explore nila yung ano yung outside the enterprise startup, mga enterprise structure. So, what do I mean by that? So, natatry nila mag-build ng startups. So, yung mga startups na to, they do bleeding edge na tech, no? So, may mga AI, mga blockchain, ganyan. And freely sila nasusupport ng mga university na ganito, ng mga private, kasi may network sila. However, hindi ko naman sinasabi na walang network si mga State U, no? So, si State U, no, meron siya mga net partnered na companies, mga local companies. For example, for PUP, meron kami ganyan. And for example, Microtrend, Trend Micro pala, and Trend Micro. So dito natutuwa kami sa cybersecurity, pero this focuses more on enterprise. So for me, how do we improve that on sa IT state universities, no? Siguro biggest realization being studying in PUP din, no, is the lack of exposure. So yung exposure na to kasi, ito yung important na, though yun, natutunan mo nga yung mga foundations, flowcharting, pero yung mga project management, yung mga ganyan, how do you work on a team? How do you use yung mga tools na ginagamit natin? For example, Git, no? Git and GitHub. Yung mga ganito is, you only get to experience that stuff sa mga real world, no? If you work with projects sa mga, kunyari, AWS Community Day, mga ganyan, or Arduino Day, yung mga ganyan. So, or kung meron man mga projects dyan na pwede ng bayad, doon ka natututo kung paano siya gamitin. And so far, exposure ang medyo hindi na bibigay ni university. But of course, meron naman tayo yung mga student organizations that is also supported by these universities para ma-bring yung exposure kahit papano sa mga students na kagaya namin, lalo sa state university. Ayun lang naman sa part ko.
Actually, maganda yung take niya regarding sa real-world applications kasi gaya ng nabanggit ninyo kanina, puro theoretical approaches ang itinuturo. Well, as much as we want to say na obviously nakakatulong naman siya. Pero kayo bilang students, alam kong merong ibang newfound appreciation when you learn something and then say, ganito pala gumagana to sa katotohanan. Parang ganon, may iba siyang take eh. Pero besides dun sa nabanggit niya, partnering with vendors, di ba? Teaching real-world applications, baka may naiisip ka na iba pang innovative approaches dito sa state universities na maaaring kulang tayo sa resources, hindi gaya ng iba. Pero ano ba dapat yung pwede pang gawin to adapt to the changing needs ng ating tech sector?
I think first is also to acknowledge the reality that a lot of state universities and students of state universities like ourselves require more exposure and immersion. Actually, one of the comments that I vividly remember during my second year from a professor is that sobrang talino ng mga UP students. Pero yung biggest need namin is working on soft skills. Right? So what happens is that when we graduate from university and we go to a corporation or even start our own startup, a lot of these soft skills, these lack of soft skills start to appear. Right? How do you work with others? How do you manage your time? So I think with regards to more innovative approaches, I think it's more an opportunity, being more opportunity-centric. So for example, a company could partner with UP or even PUP for that matter to maybe provide students with internship opportunities to work in their company and work on something interesting, and to give students a chance to take ownership in a project. Meaning that I wouldn't just be another developer in the company, but I will also try to contribute something meaningful to the company or to the institution as a leader or as someone leading a project. And I think another thing that our university can further strengthen towards innovation is also the curriculum. For example, ngayon, we are venturing into this AI, I guess, age of technology. So how can we better tailor our CS and IT curriculum here in the Philippines for the graduates of these universities to be competitive in the global space? For example, in our curriculum, we don't necessarily have an artificial intelligence course, right? So when I wanted to start a startup, I was actually looking for people in my course who knew how to do AI, and I could only find, I think, 2 to 3 people. But then when I would go to different other universities, there were people who were more familiar with that. So I think it's more on that also, recognizing that there are so many trends right now in the industry and it's very fast-paced, and maybe tailoring the curriculum a little bit to align with the different interests that people have these days.
Ayan. Saka isang namimiss ng universities in general, I might say. So I've been in the IT industry na rin kasi for 10 years, is yung soft skills na nababanggit. No? So minsan, yung curriculum ay curated for maybe the students to become developers, tech guys, infrastructure guys, cloud and stuff. Pero the most important bits when it comes to working in the corporate world or maybe starting a startup for that matter is yung mga soft skills like yung nababanggit niyang project management, di ba? Yung actually isa sa mga gusto ko sanang maituro sa mga estudyante ay yung P&L, profit and loss. Kasi gagawa ka ng isang software o isang produkto kasi di rin naman profitable. Hindi mo rin magagawa yung gusto mong mission para sa iyong produkto na ginawa. Maraming facets. It also comes with syempre stakeholder relationship kasi communicate and makikipagtrabaho ka sa kanila. And most importantly, yung tinatawag nating business acumen. Kung saan hindi lang tayo tech guys kundi sensitibo din tayo sa business na ginagawa natin, no? So, ayun. Very good takes to our students State U, and it's glad to see na malaki yung pagkaka-evolve ng mga State U students natin. So, good takes from you guys. Thank you for your contributions.